guys, it's Grayson back with another video. We have everything on except for eyes today because we're gonna get into eyeshadow. But before we start, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Just click that little button down there for me. It just helps me out tremendously. I just really am wanting to get people over into my YouTube, so please subscribe and give this video a like, leave a comment about what you think as you're watching, all the fun things. And then also, if you are not following me on Instagram, please head over and follow me on Instagram for a bunch more fun makeup content. So today we are getting into the new JEFFREE STAR collection. Well, we're getting into the eyeshadow, but I'm gonna just put disclaimer, if you are under the age of 18, the name and like shade names in this collection are highly adult geared, inappropriate, so there's my disclaimer on that. But for this particular collection, unfortunately, I was just unable to afford to go all out. Money is tight, so I was lucky enough to grab the eyeshadow palettes, which for JEFFREE STAR, like, I collect his eyeshadow palettes, like I have every single one. So I wanted to make sure I got the palettes, but I was not able to grab other products. Honestly, I didn't need mirrors. I don't need a luminous powder, which I know he came out with as he came out with this. I don't need those things. I was intrigued by some of the glosses, and I might try to grab some of those later, but for now I just went ahead and got, which I love that he did a bundle for the palettes, which I've seen other sites with his stuff do, but I don't think I've seen him do it from what I can remember. I might be wrong, but he did a bundle for both palettes. So this is the Orgy collection, which is such a JEFFREE thing to do, and I think it's absolutely amazing. But we have the Orgy palette and the mini Orgy, which I'm sorry, but like, it's just so epic to me. I'm so here for it, and I know some people are offended by it, which I understand, but I don't know. I don't have an issue with inappropriate things. They don't really affect me. But first of all, when I took these out of the box, I was like, this packaging, it's just so, I don't know, like, this might be, and you can see I have like fingerprints going on it, but this might be one of my favorites, if not like my favorite packaging ever. So this is his like biggest palette. So this is a 30 pan palette, which he has not yet done. So then the palette looks like this. We've got lovely JEFFREE, which he's fully in the nude, which is great. But he is on these, and he did say that these letters, like, this isn't photoshopped, these were actual like giant letters that they photographed him on, which I was like, of course, go JEFFREE. He has to go big or go home. We have the plastic protector, which this is like a thick plastic protector, I will say, but we have that guy on there. And then we also have a mirror protector moment. So then our palette looks like this. So you get a nice size mirror in there, and it is extremely clear. And then the palette, which it does bend all the way back, super easy. This is very much like a good neutral artistry palette to have, I would say, in my opinion. I'm trying not to get a bunch of fingerprints all over the mirror, but there is our palette right there. It is a all matte neutrals palette, and it literally goes from all the way up here, light as can be, into very, very deep dark down here. And ooh, let me just try to drop it. Ooh, hello. It's a big palette. That is our large palette. And then the mini Orgy. I love the packaging on this because the outside is like full color, and you can see it has a holographic shift to it. And then the actual palette is the same as, this is the same like photo that's going on, but it's then put down into this matte like pink scale moment. And then I love the color of this. Like, this is my favorite mini palette packaging ever. So the little eyeshadow protector just fell out of here, and then we have another mirror protector. There it is. Find it with my foot. I don't keep the protectors, I just don't. And so what he did was, because this was an all matte for the big palette, in the little palette it's all like metallic shimmer shades, which I thought was a really cool concept. Like, I like the way he did it, and these shades are absolutely beautiful. So we have a 30 pan, and then we have, of course, a little mini 9 pan. And I love that Jeffree's pans are like, they were really big when he first started out with his like smaller palettes, but even whenever he moved into doing more like bigger things, these pans are huge. Like, it's just amazing to me that he is able to put the price tag that he puts on his products because of how good the formula is, how big the pans are, and like the packaging and everything. And to me, like, his prices are so affordable. And I know some people are like, oh, his stuff is so expensive. I'm gonna say this and just try to not come at me. Jeffree could charge so much higher for his products because of who he is and his name. He could be charging out the you-know-what, and he's not. So I appreciate that, because he literally, this is a $62 30 pan palette, which is extremely affordable for what it is. And he could have very easily made this an $80, $85 palette and it still would have sold, and he didn't. People that have had, I should have put another disclaimer in the beginning, maybe I'll go back, but people have been having their issues with Jeffree, which I get it, but we're not here for that. I'm here for the makeup. If you don't want to see things that are in relation to JEFFREE STAR, I understand, and please feel free to catch my next video. I just apologize if anybody has any issues, but I'm not here to discuss drama. I'm here for makeup, and I love Jeffree's makeup, so that's why we are here. But I think what I want to do is, I was thinking about trying to swatch the whole palette, but it is a very large palette and it is neutrals. So I think we're just going to go in and we're going to swatch some of the shades that stand out to me, and then maybe swatch our mini guy, and then we're going to develop a look. So one of the first shades that stuck out to me, which let's go ahead and we'll talk about the shades. So in our top row, we have I'm Shy, we have Vanilla Latex, Implant, Teach Me, Silk Robe, and Seduction. And I really love the tones. I actually really love this Silk Robe shade. So we're gonna go ahead and swatch that. And this is gonna, of course, be very light on me because I'm a fair person, but this is like, it has like a pink sort of undertone to it, and it's absolutely beautiful. I think that's what we'll probably do, is swatch like one good shade from each row, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to hold this. This is a very large palette. But the second row we have Voyeurism, Fluffer, Blowout, Gender Fluid, Body, and Bed or Floor. And I'm, again, I'm drawn to these more like pinky nude shades, and this Bed or Floor is beautiful to me. Oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful shade. I love, and his formula, it's just so nice. But that's Bed or Floor, so we like that shade. And I know these shade names, guys, I know. We're just gonna get through it. So we have Knee Pads, Safe Sex, Top, which I have, it's a little dirty right there. And then we have Bottom, Versatile, and Cunnilingus. If you don't know meanings of these shade names, like he said in his reveal video, stop and have a Google, because I'm not going to go into that teaching moment. But the shade I'm drawn to, I'm either drawn to Safe Sex or Versatile, but I think we're going to do Versatile because it's a little bit darker, and I haven't really, obviously we're getting into darker shades, but it's like this very warm sort of nude, but it's like kind of peachy. So there is Versatile. So pretty. These are all so gorgeous. I'm so excited to do a look with these. Okay, so our next row is the second to last row, and we have Craving Chocolate, All Night Long, Body Chills, Booby Trap, Invitation Only and Scorpio, because Jeffree is a Scorpio. And the shade that I think I'm going to swatch from this row is going to be Booby Trap. It looks like a very beautiful brown to me. You have like pretty much every like level, and you have multiple tones in here. I have, you know, I'm seeing warm and cool, and there's, in the lighter shades, there's pink and peach and yellow, so it's kind of like you have all the different undertones, so you can really just go in with like any skin tone and do something beautiful. So I love that that is, you know, taken into consideration with this. So this was the shade Booby Trap, which is just a beautiful brown. Love that. Got my little remover here. And then our very last row, so our darkest row, is Money Shot, Explicit, Happy Ending, Orgy, I'm Close, and Glory Hole. Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Love it. I really want to swatch Orgy because obviously that is the name of the palette, and it is a very deep dark brown, which I love a dark brown that works. So we might actually try to make sure we use this shade today and see how it goes. And then I really want to swatch the black because, you know, we got to see how good the black is. But this is Glory Hole. We're getting down onto my wrist, which is a weird spot to be. And I don't have any like primer on or anything, and there's hair here, so that's a very nice shade. And I like it because he does have this almost looks like it has hints of brown, like it's not a full-fledged black, because he has like in cremated, and I feel like he has one other black somewhere, but like he has like some deep like pitch black blacks. But I really like that since this is a neutral palette, this is kind of the perfect like black with hints of brown for a good like neutral smoky eye, and you can like smoke it out and blend it out, and I feel like it's like the perfect sort of tone for this. So that's my opinion on that. But there is the shades that we went ahead and swatched, so we got us a nice little light to dark moment. I'm going to clean off these swatches, and then we will look at the mini, and then we'll get into the eyes. Okay, let's get into the mini palette, which I love a good like glittery metallic shade. Some people were saying that these are more geared into like topper shades, which I love a good topper shade. Like if I can just do something that gives that like sparkle on the lid, I love that. So the first row we have Glass Wet, Champagne Drip, and Gagging. So I'm gonna go ahead and, since this is the mini, it'll be easy to just go through and swatch real quick. Ooh, ooh, so pretty. Okay. I'm having a moment here. So we have Glass Wet at the top, Champagne Drip, and then Gagging. So you can see how Gagging has a little bit more of like a deeper tone, and then this Champagne Drip is very, very gold. But that Glass Wet is like what I want to put. I would honestly use that as like a highlight shade too on the face. So that is beautiful. And this also goes like light to dark in this palette, which I love. My OCD is like, yes, we love. We have Soaking Sun, Frozen Fire, and Bathhouse. So we'll swatch those. Okay, so Frozen Fire, people have been saying it does look very pink on camera. Some of these are definitely softer than others. Like the Frozen Fire was that more kind of like gritty, and then Soaking Sun and Bathhouse were very soft. But you guys can see how these swatch. So I actually really, really like Bathhouse. That's really pretty. It's like got this little bit of it's like very rose gold moment. And then the Frozen Fire does have some pink, but it's also like got that orange bronze sort of shift. And then Soaking Sun is very much like a bronzy gold moment. I'm going through the cotton pads today, y'all. For sure. Okay. Da-da-da. And then the last row we have, okay, so we have an explicit shade, and because usually there's like a matching shade in the mini that is in the bigger palette of whatever the collection is. And so we do have a shade that's named explicit in here, but it's not the same exact shade, they just have the same name. So we have explicit, and then we have foam party, and then we have Eiffel Tower. So let's go ahead and, okay, so foam party is again that kind of drier formula. So this is explicit. It's like brown with a gold and maybe like a hint of a little bit of like green sort of shift to it. And then foam party is kind of another shade that's a little bit like a topper shade, but it's like a beautiful kind of rose goldy, champagne-y sort of shade. And then Eiffel Tower is like this brown that has this sort of bronzing shift to it. But that is the explicit, and then explicit from the larger palette is obviously a matte, and it's a brown. So that's that shade there. So they both have the same name but are not the same shade. So I kind of like how he's still stuck with having like that matching moment, but instead of obviously having the same shade, since he was doing something different, he made it different, just gave them the same names. So that was a fun little realization. My eyes and everything are already primed, so I'm going to jump into an eye look, but for this eye look, I'm not going to talk through the whole thing because I don't want y'all to have to sit through super long videos every single time. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into the eye look. I'll show what shades I'm using, we'll build the look, and then we'll come in at the end and do overview. Okay guys, here we are with the finished look. I forgot to highlight my brow bone and inner corner because I'm me, I don't know. So I actually went back in with the shade Gagging and used that as my inner corner highlight and put a little, just a touch on the brow bone because I really wanted to, I don't know, I just like the way the eye looks, and sometimes I don't feel a brow bone highlight, so I did like a touch of it, but not a lot. I'm like obsessed. So as you saw, I did the shades Explicit and Foam Party on my lid, and that Foam Party shade is very much just like a nice sparkle, and the camera is not really doing it a lot of justice. And then I just kind of use that explicit shade to tie into the outer corner. And the shades in the Orgy palette, just this, like, I love me a neutral eye. My original thing before I got into more colorful and more creative makeup was just like this is me. So I was so excited for this palette because I was like, I'm gonna get to create a look that is just so like beautiful, because I just love me a good neutral eye. This has always been like my favorite thing. Like if someone said you're only allowed to do one type of eye look forever, it would be a neutral. I would choose neutral. So these shades, like, of course Jeffree is the, you know, king of matte formula, and they just blended so seamlessly into each other. And let's see, how many shades did I use? So I used 1, 2, 3, 4. Used 4 shades, which, I mean, it's a 30 pan palette, but I really just wanted to, I went more like warm tone because I love a warm tone neutral, and then made sure to use that shade Orgy, which is a beautiful brown. And if you have a nice like deep brown shade that I'm happy with, then yes please. I was debating on putting on lashes, but what I have to do for the rest of the day, I was like, I don't really feel like putting on lashes, so I just built up like a lot of mascara. I'm wearing like 10 mascaras, or like 5, whatever. And then I added a Jeffree Star liquid lip because of course we have to stick to Jeffree for this video. So this is one of my favorite nude shades that he has, and it's Posh Spice. And I would have loved to grab the Vault, but like I said, it was expensive and your girl didn't have it like that in that moment in time. So I just threw on a little bit of Posh Spice, which I think I got my brown shirt on, this whole neutral business. I'm feeling cute. I feel really cute. So to me, if I feel really cute after I do a look, it must mean the products are good, and it must mean I like them. I pretty much always like Jeffree stuff, but this is a good little moment. Like, I would take this little bundle right here and take off and go wherever if traveling was a thing, but I would just take this and I'd be looking cute every day and feeling pretty every day wearing this. So I love it. I love them. Don't have many bad things to say. There was like, I did my face first obviously today, so then I did eyes, and there was like no fallout. I had like the tiniest bit of fallout whenever I used Foam Party on my lid, but it was like, you know, a little bit of sparkle, and all I did was take a brush and go like this and it was gone. So nothing that I'm like, oh my god. So there was like no fallout. I didn't have like a bunch of like dark brown that looked like dirt sprinkled under my eye whenever I used like that darkest brown Orgy shade. And overall, I feel like this is really pretty, okay? I think it's pretty. I don't know what else to say about it. But you guys let me know down in the comments what you think of the palettes. Did you snag up these palettes? Did you snag anything else up from the collection that you are super in love with? Tell me all the things. If you ever have any makeup questions, please feel free to DM me on Instagram, or if you're comfortable, leave me a comment, ask me stuff. I'm here to answer questions. I'm very much about everybody being able to do makeup, so you guys feel free to reach out to me. But yeah, so A+ on the Orgy palettes. Let me know what you guys think. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed me doing the eye look without blabbering and all those fun things, I will see you guys later this week on the next one, and I love you guys so much.